Welcome back. In this video we are now going to work on the comment section. So let's see what we have. So we want to have it in a way that our blog readers can be able to comment or to leave a comment. We have the form already defined here, and once a comment is sent, we want to have it show up in this section. So let's dive in and see how to achieve this. So this will be achieved under our under the blog details section. In this same video, we are going to rectify what we have under categories and also the recent post. So let's see how to achieve that. So we need to capture the data that a user enters here. So let's see how to fetch this information. So what we need to do in these post details, we need to check for post method. So let's do this. If request.method is equals to post, we need to capture a name. We need to capture a name. We also need to capture the message. We also need to capture the email. I will not be needing this website field, so we can just remove it. All right, so let's get our form here. Form. So this is our form. Then let's do away with this block. All right, so with these three we will be able to what we want. Remember, we want to populate this model here. So we need a blog, we need a name, we need an email, we need message is approved and date. So what happens once a comment is submitted, the date will be added automatically. Then is approved is automatically set to false. So it's for you to manually go and approve a comment. Then for the message, we need to capture that. For the email, add name. Then the blog, depending on the particular blog article that you are viewing, that will be the blog, and we are going to see how to capture that. So let's see. So I want to capture this information. So in order to achieve this kind of selection, just hold on Alt, then click on the location where you want the cursor to appear. Then let's have equals. So we have a request dot post. Then we can have that. All right. So for the name section, let's capture the name. Then for the message section, let's capture the message. For the email, let's capture the email as well. Right. So what we need to confirm is that the names given to the input fields of our form match these names that we are getting here. So let's confirm that. So we have the name, name given a name. Then we have the email field given that name. Then we also have the message field. We have the text area, the message field, given the name comment. So let's just change that to message. Then we remember the adjustment we did to our previous form. So for our action, we can leave this one as it is. We don't need to define the action since it's under blog details. so what will happen is that that form will listen, or rather it's the only form in the blog details page. So any post request coming from that form will be captured here. So what we need to define is the method. So the method should be post. Let's save that. So what we need to do, let us first of all see if we have been able to capture these pieces of information. So we have the name, we have the message, and we have the email. Let us check. Let's try. Let's reload. So message, testing, the name, let's call ourselves test. For the email, test at email, then post. All right, something is missing. So we need to add. So in our form, this is the entry of our form. So let's add CSRF token. Should be like this. Once you do that, let's save. Let's go back. Let's post our comment again. Let's go back. We need to reload this page. Let's do a test. Then post comment. Let's see if we have been able to capture that. All right, if you can check, you have been able to capture the message, the name, and the email. Right. So having confirmed that we have been able to capture, let me test something else. All right, you see the form is also able to submit empty fields. So what we need to do, we need to ensure that the data that is being submitted or rather has some data in it. So let's ensure that we add the required field here. Required. Then in this other input, let's add required. In this other one, let's add required. Let's save that. Let's come back. Let's reload. Let's see. Once we do that, let's see if we are able to submit a blank form, and there we go. So you'll be restricted from submitting forms that do not have data. All right. Okay. So you need to fill in all the fields of this form in order to be able to submit a form. So going back to our views.py file, so now that we are able to capture the data, let's save our results to comment instance. Then we have comment. We need to import comments from our database. Comment. So let's use it here. Sorry. We need to use it here. Comment. So we have a name. Let's equate it to a name. Then we have email. Let's have email there. Then we also have message. Let's confirm the models, comments, we call it message. So let's have message is equals to message. So what we are doing, we are aware that the comment model is expecting to receive this data. Then for the blog, we expected to receive the post, this post here that is fetching the current blog article. So let's have that. So what you need to do, the next line of code is supposed to insert that data to our comment model. So once we save, let us return and redirect. We redirect the user. We want to redirect them to post detail. Then we also need to pass URL is equals to URL. I think here we need to do something, return. Then redirect should be imported from shortcuts. Once we do that, let's check. Checking comments. We want to call ourselves check at gmail.com. Let's post. Right, let's see if we have been able to capture any comment. And there we go. We're testing comments, checking comments. So we are able to capture that. So if you check, these comments will not be, or rather will not be displayed, but we also need to work on displaying the comments. So we need to confirm that, then save. This way, this comment will be displayed on the browser. So let's work on this page first to remove these dummy comments. Then we can add our own comments that are dynamically fetched from the database. So let's come to this details page. So let's see the comments. So as mentioned earlier, the key thing is to identify the repetitive block. Seems to be the comment list. We also have the comment list here. So let's delete the two of them, then save. All right, so what we will be doing, we will be roping through the number of comments that are associated with this particular blog article. So what we need to do, let's work on the views. So in this section, we need to do a number of things, but what we need to do for now is to fetch the comments that are associated with each and every post. So we have comments dot we have this post here, so we need to reference it that way, the dot comment set. So this is the command to use to get all the comments that are associated to this particular post. Then we need to filter, and we are filtering on by checking if it's approved. If it's true, then we want to capture those comments. So then in the context, right, let's update that to post, small letter. So in the context section, let's pass comments to our template. Let's save that. Then in the blog details, we need to check if there are comments. So in the comment list component, so let's check, because this is the block that we are going to rope through for comments to show up. So we first of all need to check if there are comments by running an if else statement. So if comments, then do something here. Otherwise just display that there are no comments. No comments at the moment. Then let's close that. Then let's first save. Let's see if that code is being detected or otherwise. So something is not in order, cannot resolve is approved. So let's check. Comment, the comment we have is approved, So let me see. Is approved. We missed on the spelling. Save that, then reload. All right, let's see. So it seems there is a comment, so we want to capture that particular comment. So the way to do that, so for the comment, so after checking if there are comments and finding there are some, so then we need to do a for loop. So we can do if for comment in comments, then let's add for the for block here. So in here we can have comment dot message, then this should be comment dot name. We are capturing the name of the one who posted the comment. So we also need to capture comment dot date. Right, then let's save that. Let's load, and we see there are some 2 comments. All right, so in this case we don't want to work on any reply functionality, so we can simply remove these, and we see our blog is still taking some shape. So let's do another comment. Last test on this blog. We still want to test. So let's post that. All right, so if we check, we are not getting the comment. So let's come back to our admin dashboard, reload. So we just posted this, that is last test on this blog. Click on that, then we want to have is approved here. Let's save that. If we come back, reload, then we are able to see the test, or rather the comment here. So for any comment to appear, you need to approve it manually. Then we would want to instead of first clicking on the comment, then scrolling to approve and all that, we would want to have this dashboard display the approve button here, so that we are able to check and approve comments by just selecting or rather by just clicking on approve and saving that, instead of first going through these comments, then scrolling down to approve and all that. So the way to do that, let's navigate to our admin.py file, and we need to define another class. We need to define a comment admin class, inheriting from admin.model admin. All right, so for the list display, let's have the comment, and you can have. So what this does for the list display, these are then the fields that will be displayed in this dashboard. So for now we have this default, which is the comment, and the origin of this comment, remember we mentioned it here. It's the message, it's displaying the message. So if we were to display the name here, let me show you. If we change it to name and reload, it will change to the name. So let's have it as message. Then we want to add the number of fields that we get on this section. So one of them is the comment itself. Then we can have the name, and we also need to have this field is approved. Is approved. So the purpose of, first of all, declaring those fields that we want to say to display, it's to ensure that the field that we want to edit is also included. Then we also need to define something else called list editable, and in this field we want to say that, or rather we want to declare that this is approved field should be editable. So let's see what we get in the comment section. Let's add comment admin, then save. Let's come back to this section and reload. Something is missing. Let's check. All right, something is missing. The value of list display 0 refers to comment which is not callable. All right, something is missing, or something is wrong. So it's not, we don't have comments in we don't have a field comment in the comments model. What we have is message. So I have message, save, then reload, and there we go. So for instance, we have these 3 comments. We can decide to unpublish all these comments. Just click on save, then reload. So there we go. No comments at the moment. So that's the importance of having these fields editable. If you want to delete them, you can decide to just select that and delete all comments. If, for instance, you identify a comment that violates the guidelines of the comments that you would wish, you can decide just to leave it in this state that is not approved, or you can decide to delete that. So that's how it is. So let's approve this and this. All right, so the next thing that we want to work on is to ensure that we are able to capture the categories here, and we are also able to capture the recent post. So going back to our views.py, we need to still do copying and pasting from this other section so that we are able to fetch these details. So let's start with category. So for blog categories, let us fetch this and paste it here. So once we do that, we need to pass it on our context. Once we do that, we save. Then let's go back to our blog details. Let's search for categories. Then we identify the repetitive block. This was it. Alright, so we delete and just have one of the blocks. So we need to check if there are any categories. If block categories has something, then we need to display that something there. Otherwise, let's say we don't have any data, no categories at the moment. Then if some categories exist, then we do a for loop. So for category, remember we used cat in the previous one, but it does not affect what we use here. But let us just choose cat. Then let's have that. So what we need to have here is let's have that cat dot, is it name or title? Let's see, it's name. So it's cat dot name to capture the name of the category. Then we also have dot. So in this case, we also need to get the number of blogs under each category. So we call it blog count. So let's have cat dot blog count. Let's save that. Once we do, let's reload, and there we go. We have been able to capture the categories and the number of blogs associated with that category. So let's now capture the recent post. The way to do that, let's go back to our blog view. Let's capture that recent post, come back, paste, then paste recent blogs to our template, or rather to our context dictionary. Once we do that, let's save. So what we need to work on, recent post. So in here we identify the repetitive block. We can see it. This is it. We need to delete and just delete the repetitive blocks and just have one block. So we need to first of all check if else. We want to check if there are any recent posts. If there are, display that block. If none, just say that there are no posts at the moment. Alright, then for the recent post, we can check and learn a for loop for recent in recent post, recent post. Then we have to end the for loop here. So we need to capture, this is the title, recent dot title. Then let's capture the data as well. Recent dot date. In this case, we are just filtering by the date, leaving out the time. Then we also need to capture the image. recent.image.url. Let's save that. We also want to have it that if a user clicks on this, they are taken to that particular blog. So the way to do that, let us see. So in this href, we need to do a URL. Then what we have in this URL, we have post detail. Let's get that post detail. Then we have URL here. We have recent.url. Let's save. Let's see if we are able to receive that. So if we select the first category, we are taken to that first category. If we click on the first blog post, we are taken to that. Alright, so the next thing, so checking through our blog, we see that we have been able to achieve the blog's functionality. So the other thing, we see that we are still not able to count the number of blog, or rather the number of comments that are associated with a blog article. So let's see what we have. So in our views.py, remember we were able to get all the comments that are associated with this particular blog post. So we can use these objects to count the number of comments, and the way to do that, in this section, let's just delete the static number 5 and render the count number dynamically. So once after assigning these data to comments, we also pass the same comments to our context, or rather our template. So we can capture that by comment. I believe it's we named it comments. Okay, should be comments dot count. Let's have that, save and reload. And there we go. We have been able to count the number of comments. So checking through our blogs, if we go to our blog homepage, everything is looking all good. We have the blogs there. We can be able to move to the next page of our pagination context. We see that everything is working. If we click on that, we are able to navigate to the new or rather to the blog details page. Everything is looking all right. If you try to submit an empty form, we are being asked to provide some data. Then for the recent post, you can click to the next category, and everything looks to be working all good. Also the search functionality, remember we were able to implement the search functionality. So basically this field is only working in the when you are in the home page. So we realize that if we check, we need to do something very quickly in this section. So let's see how it works. Form. Let's see. All right. All right, this should be it. So what we need to do, let's add a method here. Let's have post. Then for the action, let's have so what we need to do, we need to work with search. So let's have the action search, then post, Then for this name, let's see what we want to capture here. We want to have search intent, so ensure to give that name here. Name is equals to search intent. Then also ensure it is required. We don't want to have an empty form. After doing that, let's define the CSRF token. CSRF token, let's have it that, then save. Then we need to reload. All right, so let's check if we are able to have the form working, and there we go. It's easy to achieve. So basically, once you're able to practice with one of the form, then you can be able to work with most of the form. As part of your practice, I'll review with some exercises. One of them is instead of just having this as a blog website, you can work on the About Us page, Services page, and all these other pages. Then you can also change the homepage to be actually the homepage for your website. Then move the blog site to the blog URL. Then another exercise, if you check under categories, we defined our categories, and we are able to display the different categories. Work on the category section such that when a user clicks on any of the category, they are able to get a list of only the blogs that belong to that particular category. Then the last part of the exercise, if you noted, for the blog, for the comment that we were able to capture, we displayed them from the oldest comments, but we would want to have the latest comment appear on top. So work on that as well. Then this project has been uploaded on our GitHub repository. We have included the link in the video description. Download, clone that project, and you can modify it to just to improve its look and the way it feels. In this folder, we have the front-end templates for this project. So as part of your learning, you can just download this and replace what we have in the template section, so that you can start working on the blog on the templates afresh. Then you can refer to the complete project to ensure that you get it right. Thank you for staying till the end of this recording. We hope you really learned a lot. So in case you encounter a challenge, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll be sure to assist you resolve that. Thank you and goodbye.